I learned today a new term called retroactive jealousy, and it kind of leads in with the body count situation. I've always said that the men who are so concerned about a woman's sexual history have insecurity and self-esteem issues. It's a thing that's taught in the manosphere. And the manosphere, in my opinion, much of it is filled with men who were mistreated and abandoned by their mothers, and so they have come up with a lot of control strategies to feel safe because they don't feel safe. And while I can see that nobody wants to date someone who's fucking around, you know, this whole thing about alpha chads and Becky's, and you know, she's marrying the beta bucks but she's dreaming of the alpha chad, that's all bullshit. It's a theory that comes from a wounded place, and I think it involves this concept of retroactive jealousy. And I think that teaching is very harmful. What is retroactive jealousy? Retroactive jealousy is when you feel resentful or frustrated about your partner's romantic history. It can cause you to focus on the following activities your partner used to do with their ex and situations they faced together, the emotional depth of their relationship and their memories together, their sexual involvement and physical intimacy. Let's talk about this a little bit more. Some of the characteristics of retroactive jealousy are ruminating over your partner's past. You might find yourself repeatedly thinking about your partner's past and feeling envious of their previous partners. Number 2, doubting your partner. Jealousy can cause you to engage in unhealthy behaviors such as checking up on your partner, doubting their word, going through their phones, reading their text messages. Number 3, making comparisons. You might narrow in on a specific person your partner dated before you and compare themselves to you. You might stalk that person on their social media platforms and compare your life and relationship to theirs. Number 4, imagining missing details. If you're unaware of the details of your partner's romantic history, it could be more enticing to imagine a more idealized version of their past. You might fear that your partner dated the most perfect, successful, and beautiful people before you. But I think these people tend to forget if that relationship ended, it's because either your partner was unhappy with that person, or that partner was caused them a lot of pain. Now, what are the causes of retroactive jealousy? And this is what I think has to do for the incels too, or the guys who are into the alpha chat or the body count. What are some of the causes? And I think this is really what nails it. Number 1, you're feeling insecure. By the way, there's nothing wrong with feeling insecure. I think it's natural. However, I think that when people start feeling secure in themselves and like, I'm worthy, I'm matter, I'm lovable, then I don't worry about the past partner because I'm lovable and I don't worry about the past. But when people don't feel lovable and they feel insecure, they're going to start comparing themselves automatically. It's just what happens. So the answer is to work on feeling worthy and feeling lovable in yourself, like your internal state. But anyway, let's continue. Insecurity is the most common trigger for retroactive jealousy. People will feel retroactive jealousy when they feel threatened in the relationship. This could come internally from one's own insecurities, or externally if their partner is withdrawing from them or being untrustworthy. But even then, if my ex-husband was emotionally unavailable and withdrew from me, but I never felt insecure. I always felt like he loved me. So I think it's an internal thing, actually. What causes retroactive jealousy? Okay, we said feeling insecure. Number 2, you feel like something's missing. When the fantasy of the relationship your partner had with their ex seems to be better in some way than your current relationship. If you aren't feeling emotionally connected to your partner, you're not spending much time together, you might become fixated on how your partner did the things you're currently seeking in the past with someone else. Number 3, you're sensitive to rejection. A 2018 study with almost 250 participants found that people who are sensitive to rejection are more prone to feeling jealous in relationships. Rejection sensitivity can cause you to always be on the lookout for signs of rejection and have a disproportionate reaction to benign words or behaviors by your partner, just overly sensitive. And that can actually push your partner away. And actually, if you're projecting, I'm not worthy, I'm insecure, your partner's going to think that you're unworthy and unattractive because you're putting that out there. So it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The next one, your partner's still in touch with their ex. You might wonder about the status of their current connection. And the last one, you've been burnt in the past. You may find yourself feeling jealous if your current or previous partner has been unfaithful or untrustworthy. So, the impact of retroactive jealousy on your mental health and on your relationship. So, jealousy is a negative emotion that can take you down a debilitating spiral of unproductive thoughts. Fixating on your partner's past can affect your ability to enjoy the present with them. You might find yourself feeling stressed and anxious. Thoughts of retroactive jealousy often tend to be representations of your own worries and insecurities. And this is what I was saying about these guys worried about body count. I'm not talking about dating a woman or a man who's fucking or anything that walks. I'm talking about people who have a high body count and now they're more intentional with their sexuality. And a lot of guys are like a woman with more than 1 or 2 partners. I hear this in the manosphere a lot. I think these guys have mental health issues, honestly. And I'm saying this, maybe it doesn't sound compassionate, but you will never feel secure in a relationship if you're insecure. I think if you can find your own security within, it might not matter so much, actually, because some people have never even asked each other their body count because they feel secure in themselves and in their relationship. So I think the answer comes in giving ourselves security, and that will attract people who are honest and intimate. So thoughts of retroactive jealousy often tend to be representations of your own worries and insecurities. When you idealize others, you are essentially elevating them and devaluing yourself. So you're idealizing your girlfriend's or boyfriend's past partner, and by doing that, you are elevating them and devaluing yourself. This can be hard on your confidence and self-esteem. Jealousy can also cause you to pick fights with your partner that may be entirely unnecessary if they haven't done anything wrong. Now here's another thing. This is why people who are worried about being cheated on get cheated on, because they're projecting. Your partner could eventually get frustrated with your jealousy and begin to feel affected by your lack of confidence and self-worth. People accept what you project. And if you project the idea that your former partners are all better than you, your partner might begin to believe that you are unworthy. This can put the dynamic of your relationship at a disadvantage, making you an unequal partner. Jealousy can act like a self-fulfilling prophecy that sabotages your relationship By allowing yourself to give in to jealousy, you may engage in behaviors that push your partner away, making your worst fears come true. Now, here's some strategies. And this is good because I think everybody can be jealous. Like, you know, you could just be out with your boyfriend, he's checking out the waitress, you might feel jealous, or, you know, your girlfriend has a hot new boss at work. Like, I think jealousy is a natural human emotion because we don't want to lose something we care about. So how do we deal with jealousy? Avoid giving in to jealousy. Do not give in and engage in negative behaviors like snooping on your partner. Occupy yourself with something else until the urge passes. Okay, so don't act on it. But the feeling is still there. What are you going to do with the feeling? He says, number 2, work on your self-esteem. Jealousy is often rooted in one's own worries and insecurities. Try to focus on yourself and work on bolstering your sense of confidence and building your self-esteem. Remember, there is a reason your partner is no longer with their ex and chooses to be with you. Use rational thinking to address your insecurities, and your insecurities will likely turn out to be irrational based on closer examination, because some people just get these thoughts in their heads, and that's what makes them jealous. Irrational thoughts are making them jealous rather than an actual threat of their partner leaving. Number 3, focus on your relationship. Rather than fixating on your partner's previous relationships, focus on your relationship with them. Spend quality time with them. Create new memories and positive experiences together, and work on building trust and deepening the connection, intimacy between the two of you. Number 4, communicate with your partner. If your partner is in fact giving you reasons to feel insecure about the relationship, communicate how you are feeling and consider asking for changes in your relationship to help you feel more confident and secure. If your jealousy is motivated by internal insecurities, it's important to address them and put them to rest. If your partner, on the other hand, is behaving inappropriately, discuss your concerns and find solutions together. This is an article by Sanjana Gupta on Very Well Mind. I think it's pretty good. And thank you for the subscriber or the commenter who left me the comment about the retroactive jealousy. It's very interesting. I just want to add my own little take on it, is that the inner work is knowing I have value and I'm lovable. And when people emanate that kind of confidence, it makes us more attractive, and it makes us not feel jealous unless there's actually a reason for it. And it makes us more attractive because when people emanate, I'm attractive, I'm worthy, I'm lovable, I'm fun, I'm great to be with, people actually want to be with you. There are certain people who are cheaters. I don't know how you avoid it. I personally don't attract cheaters. Again, we all have our own different strategies of being attracted to feelings of desperation rather than inspiration. I think we got to start tuning into our body, like, does this person, being around this person make me feel inspired and happier? Or does this person cause me to feel desperate and clingy and pain? And if you start feeling desperate and clingy and pain, it could be a sign that this person is just of no good in it for a relationship. It could also be a sign that you're very insecure, but imagining that you're not totally insecure, some people will just give you a bad vibe. So just stay away from those people. Start noticing around which people you feel inspired and which bring out the best in you. And I think that that will avoid situations like getting into relationships with people that give you a reason to feel jealous. Your partner should not give you a reason to feel jealous. I can't give the answer to everyone. I know that me, for myself, I would only feel jealous if the person was obviously disrespecting me or obviously giving more attention to other women than to me. I haven't experienced that, to be honest. I've experienced other things, so I'm not the best person to give advice on this, but I always want to focus on I'm worthy, I'm lovable, people want to be around me. And if you don't want to be around me, you don't have to be. You can go. That's it. So a lot of this is inner work. I think that everyone nowadays has a body count. If any of you, though, are like, I get it, I'm secure, I just like a woman who is a virgin, I think you've got to get a woman right out of high school, pretty much, because the chances of finding someone who isn't sexually active and hasn't explored their sexuality, it's going to be someone who hates sex or someone who is religious. And that doesn't exist very much. So I always think the best strategy is let me be confident, be the best version of myself, feel that I'm lovable, and then just see if anyone's interested in being with me. You know, the truth is, people are getting really picky. I know a lot of really people who've got their shit together in their 20s and 30s, and a lot of these women are like, I haven't met a guy that meets my criteria. So, I don't know. I don't know. I have no advice. But anyway, thank you for watching this video, and it's getting dark, so I am going to end it right now.